managing a workplace conflict, do you ever consider that the structure could be contributing to the conflict? As a conflict manager, it's always something that I look at when looking for the root causes of a conflict. I was recently asked to facilitate what looked like a conflict among 7 employees. As always, I started with intake, which is a one-on-one confidential session with each person involved in the conflict. During the day, it became obvious that there were 3 people out of these 7 who had supervisory duties, but the organisational structure did not support them. The incorrect organisational structure, which was out of control of the employees, was definitely one of the root causes of the conflict occurring in the workplace. So, how can the wrong structure lead to conflict? Well, in this situation, Julie was the team manager, and reporting to her were 3 people who were the shift supervisors from each of the rotating shifts, and each shift supervisor had about 6 people reporting to them. The shift supervisors over time were given more leadership or team leadership responsibilities, and conflict was arising because each shift supervisor had their own set of expectations for what was appropriate during their shift. Now, back in this situation, the staff as well as the shift supervisors would report any issues through to Julie. But because this was a 24/7 business, sometimes it would take Julie up to 4 days to be able to be on the same shift as the employees involved in the conflict. So it could take her 4 days to find out actually what was going on from each person's perspective. So you could imagine that having this unmanaged conflict continue on for a number of days led to other staff feeling aggravated, unmotivated and concerned. Julie knew that there was conflict that needed to be managed, but she wasn't able to be there at that time to assist the staff and the shift supervisors. Now, as Julie's time at work was spent facing these conflicts, she was finding it unsustainable to complete her other duties as the team manager. So, what did make the difference to managing this workplace conflict? I provided the workplace with 5 strategies that could help address this issue immediately and be able to give Julie more time to manage her workload and the shift supervisors some recognition around the duties that were required for them. Number 1 was to formally acknowledge the role that the shift supervisors had as team leaders. Number 2 was to create a leadership team with these 3 shift supervisors and Julie. Number 3 was to start developing this leadership team by exploring their identity and their shared responsibilities. Number 4 was to design and agree on workplace expectations that the leadership team would support, and then they shared that with employees. And number 5 was to develop the conflict management skills of the team supervisors. These 5 strategies would enable the shift supervisors to have a shared understanding of what's acceptable in the workplace, know how to address conflict when it first appears, report a summary of how things went on their shift via email, and then discuss each issue at their regular team meeting. With this mixture of short-term and long-term strategies, there was opportunity to start addressing the conflict now. But the development of the leadership team would continue to be a long-term strategy. At least for the short term, Julie had some strategies in place that would help manage the conflict occurring in the workplace. So if your workplace is experiencing conflict and you're not sure how to look for the root causes and whether the organisational structure could be a contributing factor, then contact us. That's what we do, and it's what we do well. Wouldn't it be nice to get your workplace conflict sorted once and for all? I'm Andrea Doyle, Workplace Mediator and Conflict Manager. Thanks very much for watching. Bye for now.